Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the Real Deal Talk studio. Also, the new Real Deal Wellness Center, which is a proud Epic Fighting sponsor. Speaking of Epic Fighting, Epic 60 coming up Friday, February 21st. Get your tickets because you're going to see the dude sitting in front of me right now. This kid, I'm hearing through the ranks, I'm hearing through basically the rumors around the gyms is that this kid is a phenom. And they said you're going to have to pull it out of him because he's so freaking humble. This is what I'm hearing. You would never know. Look at the nicest kid. Look at him. He's looking nice. He looks young. He looks like he's just a nice guy. But they said, don't be mistaken. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Ryan Recto to the studio. Thanks for coming in, bro.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate all the kind words.
Of course. Let's go. All right, so let's break it down. Ryan, how old are you now?
I'm 22.
22. Okay, so 22 years old. You're fighting out of which gym right now?
Victory MMA.
Victory MMA. Go back, though. So you're 22. What age did you start fighting, and what kind of fighting was it when you started?
So I first got into jiu-jitsu when I turned 18. So I've been training that for about 4 years now.
Yep.
And then a year later, I joined Victory, and I started doing kickboxing, MMA, Muay Thai, all the good stuff. And yeah, here I am now. Been training ever since. I've had a couple of PKB fights, a few jiu-jitsu tournaments. This will be my first cage fight, and I'm excited to get it done.
How'd you do in your fights, your other fights?
Did great.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
How was your jiu-jitsu tournaments?
I had one this last weekend, just prepping for my fight.
Yep.
And I got one sub, and two of the other matches were 11-0. No points scored on me. And
Oh, really?
felt really confident. Yeah.
So you fully dominated.
Yeah. Feel ready.
Beautiful. And you said you're kickboxing solid too?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so what got you
fully
into fighting?
rounded.
What got you into fighting?
Well, I did sports when I was a younger kid. Growing up, I did soccer, track and field, lacrosse. And once I graduated high school and entered college, I wanted to find something else that would keep me active and give me some purpose, you know?
Yep.
I was at SDSU for a bit and wasn't really liking it, so I dropped out, went on to do firefighting and MMA just to kind of find something to keep me busy in life.
Yep.
So I didn't even watch UFC getting into MMA. I just went straight to jiu-jitsu, MMA, and then once I started that hobby, I got into UFC. So I was a fighter first before I was a fan.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And so when you got into, so you started with jiu-jitsu, is that right?
That's right.
Did you immediately love it?
Yeah, I was going every day I could, and I was like always on my phone watching these clips on jiu-jitsu and catching up with all the fights that you know I missed growing up, and I fell in love with it. And then did feel like something was missing. It's like I would see the guys in the boxing gym next door going like, man, I wonder what that's like, you know. And eventually I decided to make the step and join Muay Thai, boxing, MMA, everything else, wrestling. And once I was at that point, it felt like my drive was there, you know.
Yep.
Like it felt like everything was coming together, and I could like hop into MMA and like do what I love, you know.
I love it. So jiu-jitsu was the first, then you started going into boxing, kickboxing.
Yeah, and I just fell in love more and more every time I joined a new martial art, and as I put them together.
It just felt even better.
Yeah, I got better. More
So do you feel you're made for this?
Yeah, I feel like I am. I feel so confident every time I go in the gym. You know, you have good days, bad days in the gym, but either way, I'm always happy to be there. And anytime I'm not in the gym, I'm like kicking myself in the head, like thinking like, man, why am I not training? You know, I just like to be active. And when I do martial arts, I feel like I am learning something and bettering myself as a person.
I love that. And I was going to say, now, how many days are you training, by the way?
Right now, it's like 6 days a week and 1 to 2 times a day.
1 to 2 times a day. So how many hours total per day would you say on the average?
Per day, probably around like 2 to 3 hours, depending on what I do.
And this is like the common of what I'm hearing. So, and it's quite psychotic. But when you're obsessed with something, right?
Yeah.
This is like nothing. But that said, tell me about, because you said you have your good days, your bad days. The bad days when you don't want to get up or you're hurting or you're sore, you're like, oh man, what keeps you going? Like, who is there a particular person in your life, a why you keep fighting? What keeps you moving forward? Like every day you get up, we have to have something that drives us. What's driving you? What keeps you going?
Well, I had a pretty good life growing up. I have really loving parents, great friends around me. You know, I went to school and I was very fortunate to have all these things. I'm aware there's many people out there who don't have access to that.
Yep.
So I feel like I have a debt to pay in life. You know, that's like a big part of my philosophy. I'm trying to pay back a debt that was given to me by all my gifts and everything that I'm grateful for in life. You know,
I love that, and that's huge.
Yeah.
Because it's very rare to have that type of upbringing, like really rare.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for it because I have so many friends and they all have different upbringings, and you know, seeing that and like seeing like just any other person I talk to that has to go through struggles, and obviously I got my own struggles too, but hearing other people what they go through, just every time I see that, it proves a point that I need to be taking advantage of what I have. And that's why I wake up in the gym. I wake up every day, go to the gym, and regardless of how I feel, I'm gonna get there and pay my debt.
You feel like you owe the world, whoever you believe in, I don't know if it's God or people around you or your family, because of that's amazing, dude.
That's right.
I love this because that's a driving factor right there.
Yeah.
And if you truly believe that in your heart, that's big time. All right, so keep going. Training 2-3 hours a day, 6 days a week. Is this your first epic fight, right?
Yeah, that's right. First MMA fight.
First MMA fight.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling confidence-wise? Who are you fighting, by the way?
I believe his name's Timothy Johnson.
Okay.
I don't know too much about him. I'm really focused on myself and getting my training in.
Okay. Do you have any concerns, or are you give me your confidence level at this point?
You know, I was, as I first headed into the fight and I signed up for it, I was concerned about everything. You know,
Yeah.
I'm very OCD, so I was trying to think like, okay, what is everything I need to do? I need to hit my cardio, I need to hit my kickboxing, my jiu-jitsu, my wrestling. I need to put it all together. I need to see what my weaknesses are. I need to go into sparrings. I need to do drilling. I need to lift weights. Anything I can do. I can't leave any room for error. You know.
Right.
So originally, there's a lot of concern, like just because I'm like worried about all the different things I have to train for. And as I train more and more, that confidence develops. Every day you go in the gym, you learn something new, you test yourself, and you work your game plan.
Yep. And how much does it help your confidence?
Oh,
When you have loving parents,
yeah.
siblings, and people in your corner. And speaking of which, let's start shouting them out. Give me some shout outs for family. Who means everything to you? Family.
Yeah, I got two great parents. They raised me in a perfect way. I can't ask for anything more. People around me at my gym, especially.
What's your parents' names? Shout out. Give me the name.
Victoria and Francis Recto. They're the best people in the world.
Victoria and Francis. Are we going to see them at the fight?
They will be at
Yes.
the fight. Yeah, that's right.
Victoria,
You'll hear 'em
Ma,
inside.
Pop, Dad. Make sure you come up and see me at the fight. I'll be dressed just pretty much like you see right here. I'm actually hard to miss, so if you can find me, I'll be ringside. Come say hello. I want to meet you guys. I love meeting all the parents of people I interview.
Yeah, it's great.
Victoria, let's go. Francis.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Shout out. Now, how much does your parents mean to you? Like how much do they mean to you moving forward? Like when you're driving factor of doing what you do?
I mean, they mean everything, you know. Like I said before, I'm trying to pay my debt. And part of that debt is to them also because, you know, they did everything they could to raise me to who I am today.
Come on. That's
And,
beautiful.
yeah.
Parents love nothing more than to hear just that.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Shout out your trainers. Anybody specific names
Yeah.
that you haven't shouted out already?
Coach Aaron Pete, Coach Tick, Shannon Goodgreedy, Dean Lister is the
Yes.
BJJ coach.
Dean comes to my wellness center.
Yeah. And all those, all my teammates too, you know, none of us would be where we're at without our teammates. Like I've got teammates like Audric DeCastro, he's fought at Epic.
Yes.
Khalil, you just interviewed him.
Yep.
Pepe Miller, he's coming out at Lights Out pretty soon here. And I'm grateful for all the people around me that have brought me to where I am today, and I'm excited to put it all on the line once the fight comes around.
Come on, man. Can you visualize you walking out to the cage
Oh,
already?
every day I'm like in my head thinking like, okay, what's my walkout song gonna be? What's my demeanor gonna be? What am I gonna do when I see my opponent? What's my first move gonna be in the fight? What am I gonna do if something bad happens? What am I gonna do if I can take advantage of something? I'm playing every day in my head.
Every
what I
day.
can do. Yeah. On top of that, 2 to 3 hours of training every day, I'm also doing mental training.
Yeah.
You
Because
know, that's so important. You know, visualization, meditation, calming your nerves, all that is crucial in a fight.
100%. And anything next level, especially athletics, sports, fighting, you must have visualization, which leads to manifestation.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a thing. So, dude, well done. Can't wait to see you fight. That's a wrap. We got Ryan Recto, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have a nickname yet. Do you have a nickname?
My coach calls me Rhino, but
Rhino.
Unofficial nickname. It'll come out soon.
Unofficial. I think you should bring it out for this fight.
I like it.
Rhino.
I like it a lot. Yeah.
Recto. Rhino. Ryan the Rhino. Yeah, bring it out in this one. Have him announce you as the Rhino.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down.
And by the way, I'm interviewing the ring announcer coming up next, Roaring Lion. So make sure he's doing that nickname because he'll make it sound really good.
For sure. I'll talk to him.
All right, dude.
Excited.
Ryan Recto, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for coming on. Epic 60, Friday, February 21st. Get your tickets. Watching this, I cannot wait to watch my man fight here and get it done, ladies and gentlemen. That's a wrap. Real Deal Talk.